Life isn't easy for this group of homeless people. They've been living in Peel Street Park in Easton since April. In a bid to move them on, the City Council filed for a possession order on the land and an injunction to ban them from city spaces in the future. But just minutes before a hearing at the civil court, the council backed down, and the injunction now only applies to the park and will only be valid for 6 months.
Tent City was a group of homeless people who have no other option but to live off the land. They have been forced to move by the council. They put a massive court case against them, saying they could no longer live in Bristol. They had to be homeless elsewhere, basically. Now they've gone to court today, and they've managed to fight that, and they've almost fought for the right to be homeless in Bristol, which is very, very strange. You know, you'd think if you were homeless, you would have a duty of care to you. You'd have certain rights, but Bristol Council doesn't seem to think it.
The rough sleepers have been given 28 days to leave or to be moved by bailiffs, but the residents say it's either here in tents or in someone's doorway.
The police initially put them onto the site where they are now because it was out of the way. They're not causing anyone any trouble. But unfortunately, the council have decided to put an eviction order in. They've decided that it would be best for them to not be in Bristol. They just want to move the problem elsewhere, which is not right. So they fought it in court and they've won, which is great.
The group of 10 homeless people raised £1,500 to fund a campaign to stay. This reduced the powers of the initial injunction that wanted them to completely leave the area.
Can't speak for the residents, but I would really hope that Bristol Council, especially Paul Smith and Marvin Rees, would go to them, talk to them, and talk about what their needs are, and try and get them into social housing. That they keep on talking about opening new housing, but this is a perfect example where they should get people that are living on the streets. They should now move them into those housing.
In a statement, the council said, "We always try to avoid taking this sort of action, and we have spent a great deal of time engaging with the people in Peel Street Park since we first made contact with the camp back in April. However, we do not permit camping or sleeping rough in tents within our parks and open spaces, as we have to protect these areas and make sure they are available to everyone." Support is ongoing in Tent City, but for now these rough sleepers have just 28 days to leave camp. I'm Rachel in Peel Street Park for Made in Bristol TV.